Hello, Martin here. We are live on Facebook again. This is our fifth video, and today we are back in the workshop. We are here with Steve. Say hello, Steve.
Hi.
Hello. And we are doing quite an interesting job that is fairly normal for us, but something that is very different for you guys to see. So what we're actually going to show you is liquid gold. Now, this is a job that we're doing, which we've got a customer that's got 4 rings, and we are going to make 2 rings out of these 4. So, would you mind just splitting those apart, please, for me, Steve? So, there we go. So we've got 4 rings here, and we plan to make 2 rings from them. So they're all sentimental. This one is my friend David's wedding ring, this one here, and this one is Chrissy's wedding ring. And then these 2 here are mum's rings or sentimental jewellery within the family. So the idea that we're actually going to do is we're going to make 2 rings from all of their jewellery, the family jewellery together. So you can understand the sentimentality behind both of these rings, which at the end of the day, at the moment, it's just stuck in a drawer, not doing very much. So why don't we just make them jewellery with their sentimental jewellery? Okay, does that make sense? So what we're going to do is we're going to use a substantial amount of heat, putting these 4 rings into here. So there's 4 rings. Now, I'm not going to be doing the melting here, which is something that Steve's going to do. So now we're going to light this, and what we've got there, we've got oxyacetylene, Steve?
Oxy gas, natural gas.
Oxy gas. So we've got a gas bottle and oxygen, yeah?
Yeah.
What sort of temperature is the flame going to be at, do you know?
I'd say about 800 or 900 degrees by the time it's melting the gold.
Fair enough. So we're going to adjust the gas. You'll see the gas adjusting in colour, and we're now going to start melting these. Now, for us, fairly straightforward job, and we're doing this quite often, but I hope you'll agree that this is an interesting job. So you can see them just letting go now. If you just move that flame away, let's see. Can you see the colour now? So they're all just melting into one. Okay, back on the flames, please. Excellent. So these are now no longer going to be back to the form that they were before, but in a very short time, this is going to be liquid. So take the flame away again. See that? That is glowing, but not yet in a liquid form. So a bit more heat on it. And if we go back to our days at school, the hottest part of the flame is the point of the blue bit. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, just above the blue bit.
Just above the blue bit. So that is now starting to melt again. If we just move the flame away, if we just move that, you can actually see that is liquid metal or gold, as you see. So we're now, it is actually melting and pouring, much like we would have, water. Yeah, pour it in. Pardon?
You need to heat it up. You need to heat this, otherwise it will just jump out.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
This needs to be warm.
So we're now going to
warm up the crucible.
What's it called, sir?
This is a crucible. Just have a skillet. We're going to warm it up.
Okay. Right. So basically, what Steve's just saying there, we're going to heat. We're about to pour it into. We're about to pour it into here, which will basically put it in a clean line rather than in this liquid form here. Yeah. So what we're doing is heating this up, right? So that it doesn't jump out when we pour it in. So it is something that's required. Would we normally have that a bit warm already, Steve?
Yeah. Okay,
fair enough. So not to worry, but that's now, you can see the gold actually warming up or cooling down a little bit, and now we are very close to actually pouring it back into its metal home. We're not going to actually make this jewellery in front of you because, to be honest, it is a long drawn out process, but the liquid metal is something we actually wanted to share with you guys. So we are close to actually pouring it now, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. So all the gold is out, and that is what we have what would we call that, Steve?
That's just an ingot of gold.
Yeah. Gold ingot, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a bit of waste for it as well?
Well, that's a bit that jumped out because you got to the end of it, it got cool.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That's why you need it warm.
So we've got a little bit more there, which at the moment is a little bit of waste. But we're going to make 2 rings, so we can add that into the next bit. So that's it, really. So we'll just turn that around. Ready to come out. So we're now going to what will you cool that down a little bit now?
Yeah, well, I've got to take the oxidisation off of the metal.
Okay.
So I'll put that in the pickle.
So we'll just head over to that. So this is a pickle, which is a slow cooker. We've got some jewellery in there in a minute. But that is just roaring away. We've got other bits in there at the minute, and that's about it really. So at this stage, we'll just turn the video around. At this stage, that is pretty much all we want to share with you. Well, thank you, Steve. This is Steve, our chap in the workshop. He's here all the time. He's actually in before me most days, which is won't be surprised to some of you. So that's it for today. We won't be doing any more live on this job, but we are going to do a complete process of a long video, which will be something a bit more interesting for people to look at. All right, well, thanks very much. We'd like to see any comments and shares. It's always cool to see what you think about it, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks, guys.